こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we're studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me at any time. We're going to continue with immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
.じゃあそれぞれ自分の班の担当の動物たちを観察するように。自分の班はちゃんと分かってるな。はい。よし、じゃあ班長はカメラを撮りに来て。はい。レポートは月曜日に提出だからな。みんなで協力して頑張るんだぞ。はい。お弁当の時間は各班自由にとって2時にはまたこの場所に集合するように。はい。じゃあ解散。ともよ
ちゃん、写真はお願いね。とかに詳しいもんね。はい。
じゃあ解散。ともよ
ちゃん、写真はお願い。
Chihara. Okay, let's see. Sashin wa onegai ne? Or can you take my picture, please? Oh, those look like those disposable cameras.
ともよちゃん、写真はお願いね。ともよちゃん、カメラとかに詳しいもんね。
Tomoyo-chan, camera toka ni kuashimo ne. See.
カメラとかに詳しいもん。
Kurashi. Detailed, full, minute, knowing, very well, knowledgeable. Oh, so Tomoyo-chan's very knowledgeable with cameras. So Tomoyo-chan, camera toka ni kuyashimo ne. So, using toka to imply there's other things she's knowledgeable as well. They commonly see her with a video recorder, so instead of listing every single electronic device, I'm guessing they just want to say cameras and then toka. So, Tomoyo-chan, camera toka ni kurashimo ne.
写真はお願いね。ともよちゃん、カメラとかに詳しいもんね。わかりましたわ。
わかりましたわ。I understand.
ともよちゃん、カメラとかに詳しいもんね。わかりましたわ。そういえば、みんなテレビ見た？わかりましたわ。
そういえば、みんなテレビ見た。Let's see. If you say that, okay, basically implying that something just triggered a memory of her. So sort of like speaking of which, or if you say that, or if you say that way is probably more accurate literal translation. そういえば、みんなテレビ見た。 Oh, did everyone see the television? So now that now speaking of which, did everyone see the television or soieba mina terebi mita?
だわ。そういえばみんなテレビ見た？ペンギン大王のこと？うん。
Pingin Dio no Koto, the King Penguin thing? Yes. Dio, Great King. Dio, okay, so Pingin Dio no Koto.
そういえばみんなテレビ見た？ペンギン大王のこと？うん。だわ。そういえばみんなテレビ見た？ペンギン大王のこと？うん。見たわ。あんな大きなものをどうやってひっくり。ペンギン大王のこと？うん。見た。
Rika, okay, so Mita wa Anata. Let's see, Anata Okinamono. Let's see, let's see, you big thing. What? See, Rika stands for profit, advantage, benefit, excellent, beautiful, good, easy, and skilled. Okay, so oh, I saw it. Something that big. Oh, it's on. Yeah, on. Oh, that kind of big thing. Isn't that? Yeah, this is key. It said it in an emphatic way. Big, large. Okay. So, Mita wa ana okinamono.
みんなテレビ見た？ペンギン大王のこと？うん。見たわ。あんな大きなものをどうやってひっくり返したのかしら。
どうやってひっくり something したのかしら。
見たわ。あんな大きなものをどうやってひっくり返したのかしら。
返した。どうやってひっくり返したのかしら。Let's see, kashira is a way of saying I wonder. I think it's a feminine way of saying I wonder. So it basically comes from shiranai, ka shiranai, which is more literally like question particle, and then I don't know. So it's like question. So it's like posing a question, then saying I don't know, and as a way of saying I wonder. So, どうやってひっくり返したのかしら。Let's see. Let's see. ひくり返す to turn over, to turn upside down. to turn inside out. Let's see. Ikuri. I thought that was its own standalone word. Hmm. Please explain the grammar of I'll try to include the previous statement in that.
見たわ。あんな大きなものをどうやってひっくり返したのかしら。
Let's see. Oh, I saw it. How on earth did someone turn over something that big? So, Mika, or I saw the newscast. Okay. Ana okinamono, that big of a thing. Doyatte hikuri no kashira. How on earth did someone turn over something that big? Let's see. So doyate, an adverbial phrase meaning how or by what means. Let's see. Hikuri kaeshita. Past tense of hikuri kaesu. See, to turn over, to flip over. No kashida, compound sentence in ending expression indicating a wondering question. I wonder. Let's see. Ana is part of the Kosoado system of demonstrative specifying the A series. Okay, it modifies the noun to describe that kind of or such a. Unlike ano, ana often carries an emotional nuance. It can imply that the speaker feels the object is remarkable, strange, or impressive. In this context, it emphasizes the sheer size or unexpected nature of the object. Anoyona. Let's see, it is a colloquial form of anoyona. Oh, okay, interesting. So I wonder if Kono Yona and Sono Yona make the other ones. Let's see. Doyate is adverbial phrase mean method. Okay, how and what ways by what means. Okay. Does Sona and Kona come from Sono-yo. See. Sono-yona and Kono-yona. See, does Sona and Kona come from Sono-yona and Kono-yona? Yes, Sona and Kona are indeed contractions of Sono-yona and Kono-yona, respectively. So, yeah, so Kono-yona is literally that way. I mean, Kono-yona is this way, Sono-yona is that way, but near the person you're talking to, and Ano-yona is that way, but near no one. It translates to that kind of, okay. Let's see. Isn't Hikuri a standalone word? I thought I'd seen that as a standalone word before. Technically, Hikuri is not typically used as a standalone word in modern standard Japanese. It's an adverbial component. It functions almost exclusively in combination with kaesu to turn over and kaeru to be turned over. Let's see. Dependent element. Hikuri acts as an intensifier or a descriptive prefix indicating a state of being upside down or completely reversed. It lacks independent meaning without an accompanying verb. Full lexiconal unit is the compound verb hikuri kaesu. You generally cannot say hikuri to mean flip in a sentence. It would sound incomplete to a native speaker. Exceptions. There is one common context where hikuri appears more independent, though it still requires a verb, hikuri suru. This means to be startled or to lose heart, or colloquially to flip out. Even here it relies on suru. Okay. It's not a maybe I was thinking of another word. What is the origin of hikuri kaesu? Maybe I was thinking about bikuri, which means surprise. Let's see. Hikuri is an adverbial mimetic, though not strictly onomatopoetic, derived from the verb hiku to pull, combined with the repetitive or intensive suffix. Historically, it likely evolved from the phrase he. Kuru to wheel to wind to spin to turn page. So to pull and to wind. Okay. So hikuri kaesu, where the hiku root implies forceful pulling or dragging motion that results in something turning over. So over time, the kanji hiku pull was often dropped in casual usage, leaving the phonetic hikuri to represent the state of being upside down or completely reversed. Some etymological theories suggest the connection to hikuri kaeru, intransitive, where the sound hikuri mimics the tumbling or rolling motion of an object flipping over. Kaesu. Let's see, this is a standard transitive verb meaning to return, to give back, to turn over. This kanji is to return, to come back, to turn over, okay. So when you use that kanji, it has to do with turning over, okay. Historical. In older texts, such as those from the Meiji era, the word was frequently written as hiku, kaesu, or okay. The presence of the hiku confirms the original semantic linking to pulling something until it flips. Phonetic shift. As the word became more common in spoken language, this specific nuance of pulling faded and the focus shifted to the result or the object being upside down. Consequently, the hiragana form hikuri became standard for the first half of the verb, emphasizing the manner of the flip rather than the mechanical action of pulling. Semantic nuance. Unlike the simpler uragaesu, to turn inside out or reverse side, hikuri kaesu retains the nuance of force, chaos, or completeness. It implies turning something over so thoroughly that it is disrupted or overturned. Example, a boat capsizing, a room being tossed, or a decision being completely reversed. So it has an indication of force or chaos to it. Is Kashira considered feminine. Okay, so historically, the older form kashiran was used by both genders, derived from kashiranai. Do I not know? Modern shift. Over time, kashira evolved into the marker of ona kotoba, woman's language. Decline in usage. Recent social linguistic studies indicate that even among young women, the use of strongly feminine particles like kashira is declining in favor of neutral particles like ne or yo. Today, it is often perceived as old-fashioned, primarily associated with media portrayals of femininity rather than everyday casual speak among the youth. Okay, so it is associated with feminine speech. Okay. So, mita wa, okay, ana okina mono. See, ana okina mono doyatte. See.
大きなものど幽霊かな。見たわ。
See, mita wa, ana okina mono doyatte hikuri kaesta no kashira. Well, I saw it. That kind of a big thing. Doyatte, in what way? I wonder what way. Oh, I see. So, Ana okina mono would normally have like a wa or ga here, and it's just dropped because this is casual speech. So I wonder how something that big could have been flipped. Hikari kayashita. So mita wa ana okina mono. Doyate hikuri kayashita no kashira.
わかりましたわ。そういえばみんなテレビ見た？ペンギン大王のこと？うん。見たわ。あんな大きなものどうやってひっくり返したのかしら。幽霊かな。
幽霊かな? Let's see. Oh, that's right, it's a ghost, I believe. Yurei. So is it a ghost? Ghost, specter, phantom, apparition. It's made from seclude, confined room, deep, dark, profound, secluded, faint, dark, tranquil, and spirits and soul. Yurei kana.
大きなものをどうやってひっくり返したのかしら。幽霊かな。幽霊だとしたらすっごい力持ちな幽霊だよね。幽霊だと
幽霊だとしたら See, that's if or when it's a ghost. Let's see. Sugoi chikara machina. So extreme power. It has extreme power. Then yurei da yone. Oh, so if it's a ghost, then it's a ghost with extreme power. Yurei da toshitara sugoi chikara mochi na yurei da yone.
したのかしら。幽霊かな。幽霊だとしたらすっごい力持ちな幽霊だよね。お相撲さんの幽霊とかでしょうか。
お署名さんの幽霊とかでしょうか。お相撲さん。Let's see. Sumo wrestler. So, okay, that comes from the kanji of mutual, together, each other, minister, state, council, aspect, phase, and then slap, strike, hit, beat, tell, speak. And that makes sumo wrestler. Oh, sumo-san. Oh yeah, sumo as in sumo wrestler, yeah, so a sumo. Okay, I believe this is the listing toka, so something like a sumo wrestler. Could it be a sumo wrestler? So could it be a sumo wrestler or Osumo-san no yurei toka deshou ka? Explain the nuance of deshou ka in the use of deshou ka instead of desu ka softens the statement, turning it into a polite speculation or tentative question, seeking the listener's opinion or confirmation. Polite speculation indicates the speaker is guessing or suggesting an idea. It is perhaps a ghost of a sumo wrestler without asserting it is an absolute fact. It reflects the speaker's uncertainty or humility. Okay, seeking input. Unlike desu ka, which is a direct question, deshou ka often implies, what do you think? Or is that what you're suggesting? It invites the listener to validate the correct the guess. Soften tone. It makes the suggestion less blunt. and more courteous, which is essential in Japanese when discussing potentially sensitive or unusual topics like ghosts, yurei, or making assumptions about someone. So could it be the ghost of a similar wrestler, perhaps rather than directly asking, is it the ghost of a similar wrestler? Does it mean, I wonder... Yes, it can convey the sense of I wonder, but specific nuance of polite inquiry. But with a specific nuance of polite inquiry directed at the listener. Okay. Unlike daroka, which is often used for monologues or rhetorical questions where no answer is expected, deshoka is typically used to ask the listener for their opinion, confirmation, or knowledge. So, Osumo-san no yurei to ka deshoka?
としたらすっごい力持ちな幽霊だよね。お相撲さんの幽霊とかでしょうか。怖いのだといいね。お相撲さんの幽霊とかでしょうか。
怖いのだといいね. So that's scary and good. I hope it's a scary one. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's the structure of saying you hope or you wish for something in Japanese. You say something, and then you say would be good, and then you add on to that like would be good. That's how you say you wish for something. So, kawaii no da to ine, or in other words, it being scary would be good. Or in other words, I hope it's a scary one. Kawaii no da to ine.
の幽霊とかでしょうか。怖いのだといいね。どうして？私のだといいね。どうして？
Doste. So, if I understand it correctly, doste is used for what reason, and then doyate is used for what method or what way. Let's see. Difference between doste and doyate. Let's see. The primary difference is that doste asks for a reason or cause, why, while doyate asks for method or means, how. Doste is used to inquire about the cause, motive, or reason behind an event. For example, why did you go there? Translates to using this term. Okay, so although it can technically mean how, in specific contexts like how did you do that? Let's say, although it can technically mean how in specific contexts like how did you do that? It is ambiguous because it's primarily understood as why. To avoid confusion when asking someone for a reason, many speakers prefer naze. Okay, so doyate is used specifically to ask about the process, tool, or method. So doyate, method or means, okay. It corresponds directly to the English term how in terms of means. For instance, how did you come here? By car bus requires doyate. It is considered informal and casual compared to the former donayoni. So you, doste or why?
とか、怖いのだといいね。どうして？私怖いの好きだから。
Watashi kawaii no suki da kara. Because I like to be scared. Let's see. Her name is Naoko. Nada or what? Okay. Beginners, inceptions, and chord strap. Mental, emotional state. Child. So, watashi kawaii no suki da kara.
とか、怖いのだといいね。どうして？私怖いの好きだから。あ、いたよお父さん。行こう。私怖いの好きだから。あ、いたよお父さん。行こう。
Let's see. Itazo-san. Iko. Itayo. Sounded like she said Itai, though the text doesn't say that. Okay, yeah, it's Itayo. So Itayo. So what is Itayo in this phrase? It's here or I found it. Ita. Oh, okay, so it's just from Ita to exist. So Ita, it did exist. In other words, you found it, okay? Wait, I wonder if that's a reference. Let's see. The phrase Itayo in the song. Let's see. So okay, it translates Okay, the song is a popular Japanese children's song often associated with the game hide and seek or similar playful activities with lyrics express the excitement of finding someone or something. The line Zo-san iko means let's go, Mr. Elephant, or let's go, Zo-san, encouraging the listener or character to move forward. So in other words, I found it. I found it. Let's go to the elephant. So, itayo Zo-san iko.
どうして？私怖いの好きだから。いたよ、ゾウさん。行こう。
So that was.
いたよ、ゾウさん。行こう。
I think that was Ichido. It's Ichido all present, so Ichido. Do meaning that kanji is used in unaji or same.
Sakura-chan, 怖い話苦手ですから。Sakura-chan.
Sakura-chan, kawaii hanashi.
怖い話苦手ですか
苦手ですから苦手。Poor, weak, not very good. Okay, so no adjective. Let's see. Suffering, trial, worry, hardship, hand. So, see, this comes from kurashi, painful, difficult, tough. So if something's difficult, and hand often has an implication of skill when used in words in Japanese. So, nigate, or basically difficult hand, or in other words, not skillful. So in other words, poor at, weak in, not very good at. Nigate. So, Sakura-chan, kawaii hanashi, nigate desu kara. So since Sakura-chan is not good at scary stories, or since Sakura-chan does not like scary stories, Sakura-chan, kawaii hanashi nigate desu kara.
Sakura-chan, 怖い話苦手ですから。楽しいのに。
楽しいのに. It's fun, but
Sakura-chan, 怖い話苦手ですから。楽しいのに。
あ、いた。
ita or I found it. Oh, more literally it means it existed. Is more literal meaning of it.
あ、いた。
どこ？
あ、
Yam Yamazaki. So the mountain and Cape Promontory.
Da.
どこ？
あれだよ。
どこ？
あれだよ。
There it is. Are dayo.
これが怠け者か。
See. Shout on. Okay. これが怠け者か。怠け者か. That's the word for sloth? 怠け者. Yeah, sloth, animal. Okay, so これが怠け者か.
Kawaii na.
猿の仲間かな？
きっとそうだよ。
あれだよ。
これが怠け者か。結構かわいいな。
結構かわいい. Oh, oh yeah, 結構, yeah. So cute form, in other words, it's cute. Wait, 結構, splendid, nice, wonderful. Oh, that's what I was thinking, kako. Kako. Yes, that's what I was thinking, kako. So this is keko. Splendid, nice, wonderful, delightful, lovely, sufficient, satisfactory. It's cute. Okay, now how do they... What is keko? Let's see, that's cute. Versus... Let's see. And this sentence. What does keko do? Acts as an adverb meaning quite or pretty or fairly. It modifies kawaii to indicate a moderate to strong degree of cuteness, similar to saying that's quite cute or that's pretty cute. Usage is distinct from the standalone keko des, which typically means no thank you. Well, that's enough. So, 結構かわいいな。
これが怠け者か。結構かわいいな。
猿の仲間かな。
結構かわいいな。
猿の仲
これが怠け者か。結構かわいいな。
猿の仲間。
怠け者か。結構かわいいな。
猿の、猿の仲
間かな。
なかなかな Let's see. なか、let's see. Nakama, okay. Nakama. Companion, fellow friend, mate, comrade, partner, colleague, co-worker, associate, okay. Seru. Monkey, especially the Japanese. Maka. Slide person, idiot hick, a sliding wooden boat. Let's see, class used to control the height of a pot hook. Oh, that's Saru. This is Seru. Oh no, that's Saru. Yeah, that's right. And just in katakana. But I think there's a reason why they said it in katakana. Oh, third definition, member of the same category. Saru no nakama. So, Saru no nakama ka na. Or is it some sort of monkey? Saru no nakama ka na.
これが怠け者か。結構かわいいな。
猿の仲間かな。
きっとそうだよ。結構かわいいな。
猿の仲間かな。
きっとそう。
猿の仲間かな。
Kito sodayo. Yeah, so yes, surely, surely that way, or in other words, yes, that's surely correct. And in case you're curious about what the kids are saying, no, a sloth is not a type of monkey. So, kito sodayo.
が怠け者か。結構かわいいな。
猿の仲間かな。
きっとそうだよ。
僕たちはこの怠け者担当だからね。僕たちはこの
僕たちはこの怠け者、この怠け者 let's see. Namakimon. Tanto. Being in charge of an area responsibility. So as for us, this sloth's responsibility. So I think it's trying to say from us being responsible for the sloth, since if you remember in the previous episode, every group had to find certain animals. So let's see. So we're in charge of the sloth, Okay, or let's see. Since this sloth is our responsibility. So boku tachi wa kono namakemon tanto. Shouldering and hitting. In other words, responsibility. Okay, so tanto. Boku tachi wa kono namakemon tanto dakara ne.
あ、いいな。
猿の仲間かな。
うん、きっとそうだよ。
僕たちはこの怠け者担当だからね。みんなで頑張って観察しよう。
みんなで頑張って観察しよう。Let's see. 観察しよう。Oh, 観察 observation, surveying. So, oh, the de is the method. So, mina de, so the method of everyone. So, shall we do our best observing it? So, since it's our responsibility, shall we do our best at observing it? So, mina de gambatte kansatsu sho. So, mina de gambatte kansatsu sho.
僕たちはこの怠け者担当だからね。みんなで頑張って観察しよう。いいね。
Let's see. Ine. So, is that good? And then, oh. I'm not sure what that means. To chase, to follow, to drive out, to be pressed, to carry on one's back, to bear the shoulder, to come together to.
この怠け者担当だからね。みんなで頑張って観察しよう。いいね。
The translator says it means like yeah, but how does it mean yeah? What word is this derived from? And these 4 lines, what word is this? In these 4 lines, what is this word O at the end? Is a masculine affirmative meaning yes, alright, or you got it. In this context, it functions as a cheer, acknowledgement, or a group shout of agreement, meaning it's a shortened, energetic form of hi or wakarimashita tone in casual and energetic. It's commonly used by men, boys, or in informal settings. Context: a person says, okay. What word does O come from? Okay. The word O in this context is a standalone interjection and is not a shortened form of a specific longer word. Historical sound change. It evolved from the older Japanese affirmative sound. Linguistically, the long O sound Japanese often developed from a combination of ao and ofu in classical Japanese, which merged into the modern o function. It serves as a masculine casual equivalent of hi or yes. While hi is a standard polite affirmative, o developed a rougher, more energetic shout of agreement, often used by men, boys, or close-knit groups like... Okay. Kanji, okay. If written in kanji, it is often associated with this kanji. Oh, agreement, affirmative. Or simply used as an emphatic sound without a specific character. So it doesn't come from breathing. Okay. Does it come from the kanji? No, the interjection O does not etymologically come from the kanji of that O kanji, although they are associated today. Native origin. Linguistics evidence suggests it appears in the Nihon Shoki as the word wowo suggests that O is a native Japanese interjection that evolved naturally from ancient sounds of agreement. It is not a loan word or derivation from a specific Chinese character. Kanji associated that O kanji in its older form was later assigned to the sound O because its meaning to respond to answer perfectly matches its function of the interjection. Okay, so essentially it's just an interjection of agreement that they later associated with an actual word. So, ine, oh.
僕たちはこの怠け者担当だからね。みんなで頑張って観察しよう。いいね。
Uh, shut the auto or shutter sound.
怠け者って
Namon kemonte. Okay, namon kemonte, or about the sloth, and then he's going to continue from there.
怠け者ってやっぱり名前通りあんまり動かないのかな。
Yapari, namae dori, anmari, ugoku, kanai no kana. Let's see. So, okay, so, amari is remainder leftover. So, when used with negative sentence, you're asking not that it doesn't move, or in other words, ugoku. Wait, ugoku ka nai no. Wait, there's several kas in here. So, as expected. That's right, this is from Tori, so Tori Dori, which is used in street names, but what does it mean in this case? Let's see, Amari Ugokunai. Ugok. Oh, yeah, that's right, Ugoku, so this is just the negative that Ugokanai. So not moving. And then no kana, so does it not move? And then when used with a mari, it has more of an implication of does it move a little bit? So let's see. Explain the grammar of. I don't get what they're doing with namai dori though. Let's see. See, amari, adverb meaning much, very. When paired with a negative verb like ugokanai, it means not very much or not much. It is used with positive verbs to mean too much. See, namai dori That means, as the name suggests, or just like the name implies, the suffix story indicates something is true in the same way as the preceding noun. Interesting. I've only ever heard it used for road names. So a road is tori, but when used as a road name, like let's say you have Rain Road, it'd be Ame Dori, since the 10-10 rule applies to it. So does Dori, does Dori come from the same word roads or named after? For example, Rain Road would be Amedori. Street road traffic flow, transmission, reputation. Reputation, favor, okay, understanding, okay, the same way. So maybe it's like as the name's reputation. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, sure, exactly right. Both usages come from the same root word. Dori, okay, okay. In your example, namae dori and the word street or ame dori both originate from tori, pronounced, okay, root meaning. It comes from the verb toru, meaning to pass through. As a noun, tori literally means a way or passage, or how something is done. Shared concept, whether referring to a physical road or an abstract alignment, core meaning is following a path. So as it follows the path of its name, in other words, as the name suggests. Yapari namae dori amari ugokanai no kana. So, as expected, as the name suggests, it doesn't move does not move very much. Wait, he's saying it like a statement though. See, explain the no cop on the end. It looks like he is making a statement, but it is written as a question. So you've spotted a very subtle but important nuance. You are correct, it looks like a question grammatically, but it functions as a softer statement or thought spoken out loud. Here's a breakdown why no kana creates this effect. Okay. No explanatory particle turns the preceding phrase into a fact or explanation, or a question that you want answered in the case of questions. Okay. The fact that it doesn't move, okay, it adds a sense of context or reason in ka, question marker, then na, a particle that expresses doubt, admiration, or self-reflection. So when you combine no kana, the meaning shifts from a direct question to speculation. So direct question, ugo kanai ka, does it not move? Asking someone for a yes or no answer. Speculative thought, Ugokanai no kana. I wonder if it doesn't move, or it seems like it doesn't move, doesn't it? Why it feels like a statement. Okay, in this context, the speaker isn't necessarily expecting an answer from the listener. Instead, they are thinking out loud, verbalizing their own uncertainty, softening a conclusion. They suspect it doesn't move based on the name, but okay, they use no kana to avoid sounding too assertive or blunt. So, yapari, namae dori, amari, ugokanai no kana.
怠け者ってやっぱり名前通りあんまり動かないのかな。
そんなことないよリー君。
そんなことないよ、リー君。Or, so that type of thing doesn't exist, or in other words, that's not true or that's not correct. Lee-kun.
やっぱり名前通りあんまり動かないのかな。
そんなことないよリー君。怠け者はね、本当はものすごく俊敏なんだよ。
怠け者はね、本当は本当は、okay、本当はものすごく。So as for the truth, let's see, mono, so it, I guess, sugoku. Is he not about to say this thing super fast? Let's
そ
see.
んなことないよリー君。怠け者はね、本当はものすごく俊敏なんだ。
Shun being quick-witted and agile, keen and nimble. Shun being sagacious, genius, excellence, cleverness, agile, alert. Satori, wait, haven't I heard? Satori, clever, smart. So quick-witted and agile. Okay. So in this case, just probably just agile. So nama kimon wa ne. Honto wa mono sugoku shunbin nandayo. Shunbin nandayo. Honto wa mono sugoku shunbin nandayo. So namo kimon wa ne. Honto wa mono sugoku shunbin nandayo. So as for the sloth, in reality, it's very agile, or it's extremely agile.
はいよリー君。怠け者はね、本当はものすごく俊敏なんだよ。いつもやる気なさそうにああやって俊敏なんだよ。いつもはいよリー君。怠け者はね、本当はものすごく俊敏なんだよ。いつもやる気なさそうにああやって本当はものすごく俊敏なんだよ。いつも
いつもはやる気なさそうに. So always doing doing feeling, let's see. Yaruki will drive motivation. So doing mind, or yes, Yaruki, essentially doing its will to do something drive motivation. So itsumo yaruki nasaso does not seem unlikely and probable. Nasaso. Not adjective, keiyodoshi. Notice it's kanji. And please explain the origin of nasaso. Originates from nai adjective meaning not, non-existent, in so. Suffix which indicated its appearance of seeming. So when so is attached to nai, the final I sound changes to sa, resulting in nasaso rather than the expected naso. This irregular conjugation occurs because nasaso is used when nai functions as an independent adjective, or see, there is no timer when negating I adjectives does not seem delicious. Okay. This irregular conjugation occurs because nasaso is used when nai functions as an independent adjective, or when negating I adjectives So in your phrase, okay, it modifies the state of lacking motivation, translates to seems to lack motivation or looks unmotivated. So would you write oishi? See, oishi nasaso, or oishi, let's see, oishi naso. Neither is correct. The correct form is oishiku na. Oh, that's right. When adding negatives, you have to change the I and the end to ku. So that's right. Oishiku nasaso. Okay. Okay, so when you want to have the nai negate a so suffix, you make it as nasaso. So itsumo yaruki nasaso ni. So always with no, always say does not seem, yeah. Always does not seem, it always does not seem like it has motivation. So usually he seems unmotivated. So いつもはやる気なさそうに
怠け者はね、本当はものすごく俊敏なんだよ。いつもやる気なさそうにああやってぶら下がってるけど、いつもやる気なさそうにああやってぶら
さあ、
怠け者はね、本当はものすごく俊敏なんだよ。いつもやる気なさそうにああやってぶら下がってるけど、いつもやる気なさそうにああやってぶら下がってる俊敏なんだよ。いつもやる気なさそうにああやってぶら下がってるけど、俊敏なんだよ。いつもやる気なさそうにああやってぶら下がって
it sounds like he's saying hayate, but it's sometimes written as ayate. So uh,
すごく俊敏なんだよ。いつもやる気なさそうにああやってぶら下がってるけど、
sugateru kedo. So to hang down from, to dangle, to swing, to be suspended. See, sagaru isn't that too lower? To come down, to fall down, to drop down. Oh, it's intransitive, so it's not to lower, it's just coming down, okay. Sagaru, and then Buddha from Budu. To assume an air of, to act, to affect, to pose, to put on airs, to be Buddha. Wait, this would be from Buddha to, no. Let's see. And this, what is Buddha from? The Buddha is an automatic or mimetic element, part of Buddha sound. It describes loose swinging or dangling motion. Okay, so it's from Buddha. It does not have a standalone lexical meaning in this context, but modifies the verb sagaru, meaning to hang down or to descend. To convey a specific quality of hanging loosely or swaying. Loose and swinging, okay. To hang, to come down, okay. And then so Buddha sagaru would be to hanging down loosely, okay. So yatte Buddha sagateru kedo. So it does hanging loosely, but let's see, usually it just hangs there like that, looking like it doesn't feel like doing anything. or いつもはやる気なさそうに let's see, ああやってぶら下がってるけど so it's always looking like it doesn't want to do anything while it's hanging there, but so ああやってぶら下がってるけど
怠け者はね、本当はものすごく俊敏なんだよ。いつもやる気なさそうにああやってぶら下がってるけど、その気になったら怠け者はすごいよ。
その気気になったら so if it becomes that in mind 怠け者はすごいよ so if it becomes that or when it becomes that in mind it's the sloth is amazing. Oh, but when it gets going, I wonder if that mind is a way emphasis on changing its mind. And Sonoki, what one has in mind to do, what one feels like doing, being so minded with that in mind. What one has in mind to do, what one feels like doing. So with that in mind, I guess, in that mind referring to a mindset other than the previous mindset he was talking about of not feeling like doing anything. What one feels like doing. So when it has become what one feels like doing, it's amazing. So I guess it's supposed to be like, but when it changes its mind, it's amazing. Let's see. So Sonaki ni nattara namon kemon nama kemon Sonaki nattara nama kemon wa sugoi yo.
ああやってぶら下がってるけど、その気になったら怠け者はすごいよ。その移動速度はね、確認されているだけでも時速100キロ。その気になったら怠け者はすごいよ。その移動速度はね。
Edo, movement, transfer, migration, removal, travel. Sono Edo, Sokudo. Let's see. Edo comes from to move and to shift, to change, okay. Oh yeah, Utsudu to move, that's right. And Ukoku. So Sokudo, let's see, speed, velocity, pace rate. So this is from Hayai, quick, and then Do, time, as in one time. So quick time, so speed, velocity, pace, rate. So sono ido sokudo wa ne. So that movement speed. See, kakunin sareteiru dake demo. Kakunin. Okay, so confirmation, verification, validation, review, check, affirmation, identification. Kakunin from assurance, firm, tight, hard, solid, and acknowledge. So affirm acknowledgement would be a confirmation. Kakunin. Let's see, this is from Tashka and Mitomeru. So yeah, acknowledge in Tashka, which is sure, certain, if I'm not mistaken. So, kakunin sarete iru. So this is passive continuous. So in other words, it's in the continuous state of having received confirmation. So as for the movement speed, it's been confirmed that it's fast. As for its speed, just based on what's been observed. Where do you get that nuance? Yeah, so Ido Sokudo would be movement speed, okay. Oh yeah, received confirmation, aka what's been observed, okay. So kakunin sare. So yeah, so suru becomes sareru, which would become sarete, and then sarete iru. So sono ido sokudo wa ne kakunin sarete iru dake demo. Wait, dake. So the limit of what has been observed? What? Limit of what's been confirmed. Okay, but
だったら怠け者はすごいよ。その移動速度はね、確認されているだけでも時速100キロを超えているらしいよ。その移動速度はね、確認されているだけでも時速100キロ。
okay, 時速100キロを
超えているらしいよ。
something 売れているらしいよ。時速, so speed per hour. This is made from time or hour, and then hayai kanjis. So quickness per hour, aka the speed per hour. Jisoku. And he says this number as
すごいよ。その移動速度はね、確認されているだけでも時速100キロを超え。
Yes, Hyaku. He doesn't bother to say ichi, because there's no point since it's just one, and you assume one if you just say hyaku. So, jisoku hyaku kilo o koeteiru. Let's see. Koeru, to cross over, transitive, to pass through, to pass, to exceed, to surpass. To be more than, okay, number 2 definition. So koeru, so as for its time per hour, speed per hour, and this is basically a dropped wa particle since it's casual conversation. Jisoku, and then Actually, maybe more like a drop got particle. Yeah, so 時速100キロを超えているらしいよ. So seeming or appearing, so oh, that's right. I think it's Rashi's being used here because he's reporting what someone else has said. Of course, he's BSing this report, but he's still reporting something. Let's see. So as for its speed per hour, it exceeds 100 kilometers. Is Rashi being, let's see. Is Rashi being used to report someone else's information in the sentence? Yes, in this sentence in particular, the particle Rashi is used to report information heard from someone else, implying a degree of uncertainty or hearsay. So it translates to "it seems that" or "I've heard that," indicating that the speaker is relaying information they have heard or inferred rather than stating the confirmed fact they witnessed directly. Nuance. Unlike Soda, which directly reports hearsay from a specific source, Rashi often suggests the information comes from various sources, rumors, or indirect observations, and the speaker is less certain of its accuracy. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's kawaii means cute, and kawaii rashi means cute, and I want to protect them when I see them. Okay, so he's reporting hearsay, not necessarily from one source, or he would have used soul instead. So, jisoku, yeah, jisoku 100 kilo o koete, so from koeru to surpass. So, jisoku 100 kilo o koete iru rashi yo, or so it exceeds 100 kilometers an hour.
確認されているだけでも時速100キロを超えているらしいよ。
すっごいなあ。
すごいな。Amazing. Okay. Mm.
出た。
キロを超えているらしいよ。
すっごいなあ。出た。山崎の必殺技。
出た。山。
もう時速100キロを超えているらしいよ。
すっごいなあ。出た。山崎の必殺技。
を超えているらしいよ。
すっごいなあ。出た。
Let's see. Data or to leave to come out, to appear, to be stated, to be expressed. So this has an outcome meaning. Let's see. Yamazaki. No. Hisatsu waza. Killer technique. Surefire assassination method. Special or lethal move. In other words, special move in this case. Comes from certain, and then kill, and then skill art. So in other words, certain kill technique, but it has a nuance of like special move or secret technique or something like that. So, let's see. Hitsatsu was so it came out Yamazaki's secret technique or special move. Okay. Deta Yamazaki no Hisatsu waza. Hitsatsu. Okay. Hisatsu waza.
もう時速100キロを超えているらしいよ。
すっごいなあ。出た。山崎の必殺技。
山崎面白がってすぐそう教えるから。
山崎の必殺技。
山崎面白がってすぐそう教えるから。
Yamazaki. Moshiroi, amusing, funny, interesting. See, so Yamazaki, Moshiroi. Wait, Shiro. Wait, they don't have the E on the end of this. Moshiro. Noun. Funny, interesting. Moshiroi. Shiroi. Interesting, Kyoshi or I adjective, but interesting it also makes a noun. I mean interesting, funny, amusing. Omoshiro. So Omoshiro gate sugu immediately or at once, right away, soon. Sugu uso. Let's see. Immediately lie. Oshieru, to teach, to tell, to inform, to preach. So immediately teaching a lie, or let's see. So I'm not sure what the ga is here for, but it's something like it's interesting how he immediately teaches a lie. Let's see. Please explain the grammar of. Because Yamazaki finds it amusing and immediately teaches lies. Or Yamazaki finds it funny, so he teaches lies right away. But this is a casual spoken Japanese with a final result or conclusion is omitted. Okay, let's see. So, omoshiro gatte. Okay, finds it funny, amusing. Te-form connection. Okay, so the suffix garu. The verb omoshigate comes from the I adjective omoshiroi, interesting, funny, plus garu. Garu converts an adjective describing a feeling into a verb describing an observable action. So while omoshiroi means funny, or to be funny, omoshiro garu means to act as if something is funny, or to find amusement in something. Conjugation. It conjugates as a standard verb. Here it is te form omoshiro gatte to connect to the next action, indicating cause or sequence, finding it funny. Garu. Omoshiroi. Moshiro garu. To amuse oneself, to be amused, to enjoy, to think fun. Garu converts an adjective describing a feeling into a verb describing observable behavior. While moshiroi means to be funny, omoshiro garu means to act if something is funny. So it sort of like appears like something is funny. So why not just use omoshiro so? See, to find amusement in something. Immediately right away, okay, kara. Because kara typically means because. In this instance, it appears at the end. Okay, omission. In casual conversation, Japanese speakers often end a sentence with kara or node and omit the main clause. The result is listeners expected to infer the consequence from the context. Okay, implied meaning, so don't believe him. Okay. The use of omoshiro garu suggests the speaker views Yamazaki's behavior as frivolous or irresponsible. Yamazaki isn't teaching lies out of malice necessarily, but because he gets a kick out of it or finds the situation amusing. So literal, okay, Yamazaki finds it amusing and immediately tells lies because, or natural, Yamazaki thinks it's funny to make things up on the spot. Why not use omoshiro so instead of omoshiro garu? Okay. It means this. Okay. It means the subject actually finds it amusing and actively enjoying themselves. It describes an internal feeling manifested as a behavior. Context: Yamazaki is having fun internally, which is why he tells lies. Okay. Omoshiro so comes from so, it means looking amusing or seems fun or to the observer. It describes an external impression, not necessarily the subject's actual feeling. So garu creates a verb. Verbs can connect to other clauses using the te form to show causal sequence. So he finds it funny and so he tells lies. Okay, so creates a not adjective. To connect a not adjective to a verb, you typically need a te form of the copular de, which creates a weaker descriptive link rather than a strong causal one. So adjective de action, he looks happy and he tells lies. The because nuance is lost or weakened. So omoshiro garu, to amuse oneself, to be amused. So Yamazaki omoshiro gate. So from Yamazaki being amused, he quickly teaches lies. So he teaches lies because he gets amused from it. So please. Okay, so this garu here. Garu converts an adjective describing a feeling into a verb describing an observable behavior. Yes, so describes your own describes your own impression of something, but garu is how, if you're saying he's doing behavior like he has this impression. So to be amused, okay. So Yamazaki 面白がってすぐ嘘超えるから。No, 教える。So, 教える。Okay. So, 山崎面白がってすぐ嘘教えるから。So, so, yeah, so Yamazaki appears to be appears to get amused from quickly teaching lies. Let's see, and the translator wants to put it as, let's see, Yamazaki, he thinks it's funny to tell lies right away. Okay.
出た山崎の必殺技。
山崎面白がってすぐ嘘教えるから。
の必殺技。
山崎
So, Shitsumon ga arimasu ka? With any questions? There's no questions when I raid, so please stick around for that. We're going to try to raid Kukihana. Okay, so the second person want to try to raid. Okay, so we're gonna raid Orobo, who's drawing. And let's see, the next raid will be... We're gonna raid Jack Raz Gaming, who's playing Power World. Mina-san, お気をつけて。また明日. Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.